Hello and welcome to Cancer, Scorpio and Pisces. Welcome to your week ahead TarotScopes with me, Intuitive Rene. We are doing the week of the 12th to the 18th of June 2023 using these two amazing decks that I have on the table here in front of me. The first one I have is Ask and It Is Given. This deck was created by Esther and Jerry Hicks, who bring us the teachings of Abraham. So this is really an amazing deck. And I am pairing it this week with The Spirit Within Tarot by Stephen Bright. Stephen Bright is obviously a tarot creator. He is a tarot author, he's a tarot teacher, phenomenal person based in the UK, and this deck I have had for many years and I just adore it. And I do think that these two, even though the artwork is so completely different, they do work really well together. So let's see what this week has in store for us. Let's get these out of the way because those were just the empty boxes. And let's get started with the oracle. So the way that the Ask and It Is Given cards work, we get a little bit of artwork, we get a little bit of text, and on the back of the card we get more of an explanation around the key phrase. So I'm going to give them a shuffle. And as I shuffle these cards for water signs, Cancer, Scorpio and Pisces, we are asking Spirit to make sure that we get a single card that gives us good guidance for the week ahead. What is the theme? What is the energy? What is the necessary thing that we need to know for the week ahead? So what do we need to know? What do we need to be mindful of? What do we need to be aware of for the week ahead? The week ahead of the 12th to the 18th of June 2023 for all water signs being Cancer, Scorpio and Pisces. Right, cards are cut and I have chosen one off the top. Beautiful artwork. The key phrase here says, why does my saying no to it mean saying yes to it? Oh, look at that. Why does my saying no to it, whatever it is, actually mean saying yes to it? And isn't that like, doesn't that happen to all of us? We think we're saying no. We look at a person and we say no, but 2 minutes later, we're actually doing the thing anyway. So it's almost like we said no, but nobody heard us. Nobody took it seriously. Nobody listened to what we have to say, and we end up doing it anyway. And I do think that this is quite relevant and quite appropriate. All right, let's see what it says on the other side. So I'm going to bring it forward. You can pause it and read it for yourself if you want to, but I'm not going to hold it there while I'm reading it. So let's have a look. It says, excuse me. When you give attention to something, okay, let me start that again. When you give attention to something you desire and you say yes to it, you are including it in your vibration. But when you look at something you do not want and you say no to it, you are including it in your vibration. Oh, this is interesting. You cannot exclude anything that you are giving your attention to. So, I hear that. I understand that. This is almost like Spirit saying to you that if you say, oh, I don't want to get sick. We're in flu season, especially here in the Southern Hemisphere, South Africa. And as somebody who has had the flu recently, gosh, it is awful. I don't wish it on anybody, but we're in flu season. So if you're walking around, and I'm just using flu season as an example, okay? So if we're in flu season and we're walking around the whole time saying, I don't want to get sick, I don't want to get sick, I don't want to get sick. What your subconscious, what the universe is hearing is sick, 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 sick. They're not hearing, I don't want to. So that part falls away, okay? The only thing that the universe is hearing is sick. It's just like if you worry about poverty, if you worry about becoming, losing all your money, not having money, what Spirit are hearing, if you say, oh, I'm so afraid that I lose all my money, I'm so afraid that I lose all my money, the Spirit is focusing on no money. And that's what you manifest. So we've got to be very careful of what we're saying, what we're thinking, what's occupying our space. Because why does your saying no to a thing mean that you're saying yes to it? Because you're putting it into your energy, you're putting it out there to the universe, and the universe is giving you what you're asking for. So very interesting. Very interesting. Right, this is the Spirit Within Tarot. I'm going to give it a shuffle. We're going to add some cards. And while I'm shuffling, I'm going to carry on just explaining what's going on in my head with regards to this. I want to say to you water signs, Cancer, Scorpio and Pisces, remembering that this particular reading is just a 7-day reading, okay? It's just 7 days. It's Monday through to Sunday of the following week, of the next week, 12th to the 18th of June. So for a 7-day period, This is Spirit sort of saying to you, your focus for this week is very much on not only the positive things that you're saying, because I do believe all of you focus and practice positivity, practice gratitude, you practice focusing only on the positives, but you've got to be conscious of the unconscious thoughts or the things, the fears, the stresses and the anxieties that you carry around with you that are maybe limiting or restricting or preventing you from living the life that you want and having the experiences and the opportunities that you want. So it's not just enough to say the right words, but we need to make sure that our actions and that our behaviors and that our unconscious thoughts and feelings are speaking to that same scenario, that are making sure that the universe is hearing the right words from us. So let's add some tarot into the mix. The first card that we have is the Two of Cups. We're then adding the Seven of Pentacles. We're then adding the Nine of Cups. Oh, this is lovely. This is lovely. Let me just shift everything over a bit. Otherwise, we're not going to have enough space. And our final card, oh, is the King of Cups. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. All right, so water signs. We've got water sign, water sign, water sign. One earth sign. All right. So why does my saying no to it mean saying yes to it? So my initial reaction on that was how people don't take us seriously, how people don't listen to what we're saying. So when we say to a person, I don't want to do that, and we find ourselves end up doing it anyway, there is that aspect to it. But then on the reverse of the card, it was Spirit saying that what we focus on, what we keep saying, what we keep subconsciously, unconsciously saying, the stress, the fear, and the anxiety is what we're actually manifesting, is what we're actually attracting for ourselves. So for this week, Spirit is saying, let's become mindful. Let's become honest with ourselves around what it is that we're saying no to, that we are actually attracting anyway. And when I look at the cards that we've drawn, Two of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, and the King of Cups, we're starting low. 2, 7, 9, King. King is card 14 if you need a number value to it, okay? So we're starting low and we're building, building, building to a crescendo, to a completion around our emotions. So water signs, what emotion are you saying no to that is still manifesting in your life? And it starts little and then it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and ends in a crescendo. I do think it's an emotion. I do think because we have all these emotional cards, it is definitely something emotional that you're saying no to that is happening anyway. And if we can become aware of it, if we can become mindful of it, we can turn it around, switch it to the no that we want it to be and the yes to the things that we want to attract. Two of Cups is the card of partnership and union. So this is saying that you're in this particular situation. We can't just blame you. We can't just say that it's your unconscious, it's your thinking, because the Two of Cups is saying to you that this is actually, you found yourself in this predicament because of something somebody else is saying to you that is making you think this way, behave this way, your unconscious insecurities, doubts, and feelings that are bringing the negative into your life, okay? So you have to become aware of who is your plus one in this particular context that is causing your no's to become yeses. Who is this person that keeps talking to you and putting their fears, putting their doubts, putting their insecurities, or putting their needs, wants, and desires into your life that you are now bringing them in when actually you don't want them? This is Spirit, Seven of Pentacles, Spirit acknowledging that they see how hard you have been working, okay, on this, on preventing this, on eliminating this, on making sure that your no's stay as no's, that you have been working on it for such a long time. But you know what? If you slip up just once, you're right back at the beginning. You're right back at square one. This is Spirit saying consistency will pay off. And if you slip up just once, you're going to find yourself straight back at the beginning. So it is about continuous, repetitive work that you need to put into making sure that your no's stay as no's. Don't let somebody else's feelings, somebody else's thoughts, somebody else's inspirations, etc. Don't let that throw you off, because one day skipped, immediately you're right back at the beginning and you have to start all over again. We also have the Nine of Cups. I love the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups energy is fabulous, especially in this context, because Nine of Cups is about being proud of your accomplishments and your achievements. Nine of Cups is about sitting, and I love the way that he's sitting. The fact that he's got his feet wide open, the fact that he's got his hands on his thighs, and he's created this sort of gap. It's almost like he's buffering himself out, you know, square, big shoulders, and like, look at me, look at me, look at me, look how important I am, look how fabulous I am, look how significant I am. And all of these cups behind him on the shelf, including this one on the floor here, are his show off. He is showing off, he's bragging, okay, about his achievements and his accomplishments, and he is feeling super proud, like all big and buff and fabulous. And this is the way that you're going to make sure that your no's stay as no. So water signs, what you need to do is you need to acknowledge within yourself your accomplishments and your achievements, the things that make you feel super proud, the things that make you feel as if you've got everything under control. Because doubt and insecurity, if they creep in, you're right back at square one. So you need to keep boosting yourself. Okay? So if you need to make a list of things that you've done, that you've succeeded, no's that stayed as no, if you make a list of those, and this week you read that list to yourself every time you start questioning, every time you start doubting, every time you start feeling insecure, if you, just this week, like just for 7 days, 7 days, I can't make a seven, there, 7 days, let's do it that way, 7 days. If you make a list for just 7 days, and you focus on that list every day for 7 days, and remind yourself of every time you said no and it stayed as a no, and you are proud, and you are a little bit boastful about that, you will not fall into the trap of listening to this other person that keeps making your no's into yeses. And if you're able to do that for 7 days, King of Cups is where you are. King of Cups is where you will end up. King of Cups is fabulous, amazing, happy, successful, accomplished, satisfied is the word that I have to use here, satisfied. And you know what? We all want a little bit of satisfaction. I nearly made up my own word there. We all need a little bit of satisfaction in our lives. We all need to feel accomplished. And we mustn't ever allow ourselves to just constantly let other people's needs, wants, desires, opinions influence us. If we've said no to a thing, it needs to stay as a no. Because that is how we're going to build our confidence. And that is how we're going to be more successful and achieve more and be happier and be more content in your own life, is when your no's stay as no's. Very, very important. So, water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. It's a week to be honest with yourself. It's a week to be confident in yourself. And it's a week to identify who is leading you astray, who is making all your no's become yeses and causing you to have to go right back to the beginning and to start all over again. Who is preventing you from feeling satisfied, successful, accomplished, and fabulous? Who is blocking you? And let's say no to them. Let's cross them out. Let's say no to them so that we can actually, for the first time in a long time, feel satisfied, successful, accomplished, and happy. Most importantly, happy. All right, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, wishing you just the best week ever, as always, with love and blessings from my heart to yours. And until we connect again, take care.